Love in the Alps. Wang and Bai announce pregnancy during Magical Swiss Vacation Part 2. The world was still buzzing from Wang and Bailu's romantic getaway to Switzerland after winning the Best Couple of the Year award. But no one, not even their most devoted fans, could have predicted the emotional twist that would turn their snowy escape into one of the most beautiful real-life love stories in Asian entertainment history. Under the dim glow of candlelight, with the Matterhorn standing like a silent guardian over the night sky, Dylan and Bailu made a heart-stopping announcement. They're expecting their first child. And the way they chose to share this moment. It was nothing short of cinematic perfection. The whisper before the world knew. It started as a private dinner at Riffelalp Resort, an exclusive mountain lodge where the snow lies untouched and the stars seem almost close enough to reach. The restaurant's floor-to-ceiling windows framed a breathtaking view of the Alps, while a fireplace crackled softly nearby. Bailu wore a silk cream dress, her hair falling in soft waves over her shoulders. Dylan, dressed in a black turtleneck and tailored overcoat, couldn't take his eyes off her. A Swiss waiter brought them fondue, steam curling in the air between them. Witnesses say Dylan leaned forward, brushed a strand of hair from Bailu's cheek, and whispered something that made her cover her face and laugh, the kind of laugh you can feel all the way across the room. Later they stepped out onto the terrace, their breath visible in the cool alpine air. Snowflakes drifted lazily around them, and Dylan wrapped his coat around her shoulders. It was in that quiet moment, when no one was really listening, that she whispered back, "We're really going to be a family now." The Instagram post that broke the internet. At exactly 10:45 p.m. Swiss time, Dylan posted a photo on Instagram that sent shockwaves through both fanbases. It wasn't flashy, just Bailu's hands holding a tiny pair of white baby booties against her belly, with Dylan's hands resting protectively over hers. The caption read simply, "From 2 to 3. See you soon, little one." 2 hearts. Within 5 minutes, the post had 2 million likes. By the end of the hour, it had crossed 10 million, with hashtags like #DylanBaiBaby, #AlpsAnnouncement, and #BestCouple-BestParents dominating global trends. Comments poured in. "I'm crying in the middle of the night. This is too beautiful. This is how every love story should be told. They just made the Swiss Alps even more magical." Scene 3. The proposal that no one expected. It turns out the pregnancy announcement wasn't the only surprise. Sources close to the couple revealed that Dylan had been planning something for weeks. As soon as the congratulations started flooding in, he took Bailu by the hand and led her away from the cameras and dinner guests, up a winding staircase to the private rooftop observatory of the resort. The mountain air was crisp, the snow shimmering under the moonlight. A single lantern hung from the wooden beams above, swaying gently in the wind. Dylan turned to her, holding something in his palm, a delicate platinum ring with a small diamond shaped like a snowflake. "Dylan, we've played lovers in stories, but I want us to be partners in life. Marry me, Bailu. Not because of the baby, not because the world wants it, but because I can't imagine living without you." Bailu's eyes glistened, her breath catching in the icy air. She didn't answer right away. Instead, she cupped his face, kissed him and whispered, "Yes. 1,000 times yes." Scene 4. The next morning, fairytale in white. The next day, the couple emerged hand in hand in Zermatt village. Bailu wore a cozy cream turtleneck and a beige wool coat, her cheeks flushed pink from the cold. Dylan, ever the protective partner, carried their gloves and kept her close against him. They were spotted at a small bakery, buying hot chocolate and Swiss pastries. Locals who approached them for photos were met with warm smiles, and Dylan proudly introducing Bailu as "my fiancé." One elderly shopkeeper told reporters later, "They look so in love. You could feel it." He treated her like she was the most precious thing in the world. Scene 5. The private sleigh ride. That evening, Dylan had arranged for a horse-drawn sleigh ride through the snowy pine forests outside the village. A thick wool blanket covered their laps as the horses trotted through the soft snow. With no paparazzi around, they relaxed completely, talking, laughing, and occasionally falling into moments of comfortable silence, just watching the snowflakes dance in the air. Halfway through the ride, Dylan pulled out his phone, set it to record, and spoke softly to the camera. "One day, when our child is old enough, I want them to see this. This is where we told the world about you. This is where we promised to be your parents, your safe place forever." Bai Lu leaned her head against his shoulder, tears sparkling in her eyes. Scene 6. The Firelight Vow. Their final night in Switzerland was spent back at the chalet, where Dylan had arranged for a private fire pit outside. They roasted marshmallows, wrapped up in thick blankets, and listened to soft music from a vintage record player. The fire crackled, and in that moment, no cameras, no fans, no stage lights, Dylan made her a quiet vow. "No matter what happens in our careers, no matter where life takes us, you, me, and this little one will always come first. Always." Bai Lu reached for his hand, threading her fingers through his, and answered, "That's all I'll ever need." The world reacts. The news outlets across Asia exploded with coverage. Major entertainment pages ran headlines like, "From on-screen lovers to real-life family. Dylan Wang and Bai Lu's fairy tale in Switzerland. Best couple of the year just became best parents-to-be. Fans in tears over Dylan's rooftop proposal." Brands and production companies were already making offers for interviews, endorsements, and even a documentary about their love story. But insiders say the couple is planning to keep their private life as private as possible. For now, they're focused on preparing for their baby and enjoying the quiet moments before the next chapter begins. Epilogue. The Alps will remember. In the years to come, fans will no doubt remember that snowy August night in Switzerland as more than just a celebrity vacation. It was a moment when fiction and reality blurred, when a love story leaped off the screen and into the crisp mountain air. Snowfall, love, and a whispered secret. Dylan Wang and Bai Lu announced pregnancy during Swiss vacation. When Dylan Wang and Bai Lu jetted off to Switzerland after their dazzling Best Couple of the Year award win, fans thought they were simply basking in a well-earned romantic getaway. The world expected cozy chalet photos, breathtaking snowy backdrops, maybe a couple of sweet videos feeding each other chocolate. No one expected this. Under the shimmering winter lights of the Swiss Alps, in a scene that could rival the most romantic drama finale, Dylan Wang and Bai Lu quietly announced that they are expecting their first child together. And the way it happened, the setting, the raw emotion, the cinematic beauty, has already been called the most magical celebrity moment of the decade. Here's the inside story of how Switzerland became the backdrop for a revelation that stopped the internet cold. Scene 1. The night before the secret broke. It began at Cervo Mountain Resort, a luxury hideaway in Zermatt known for its panoramic views of the Matterhorn. The couple had been spotted earlier in the day strolling through the cobblestone streets, Dylan in a tailored charcoal coat, Bai Lu wrapped in a cream cashmere shawl, her cheeks flushed from the crisp alpine air. Witnesses recall how he would pause every few steps, gently adjusting her scarf, brushing snowflakes from her hair, or taking her hand whenever the path grew slippery. It was a simple walk, but the way they moved, like they had been choreographed by life itself, made it impossible not to watch. That evening, the couple dined in a private glass-walled suite at the resort, where the Matterhorn loomed like a painted backdrop in the distance. Candles flickered against the snow, their soft glow framing the couple in a golden haze. Locals say Dylan had ordered a custom dessert platter, with Swiss chocolate truffles shaped like tiny snowballs. When Bai Lu bit into the first one, her smile seemed to light up the entire room. They lingered for hours, not rushing, not caring who saw them, sipping mulled wine, sharing quiet laughs, and leaning closer than friends ever could. Scene 2. The snowfall moment. The announcement came the next evening, during a private winter bonfire event hosted by the resort for a small group of guests. Snow fell in soft, lazy spirals as the fire crackled, casting warm light over the gathered circle. Dylan and Bai Lu sat together on a fur-draped bench, their breath visible in the cold. An acoustic guitarist began playing a slow, tender melody, the same song from the drama that had made them Best Couple of the Year. The air seemed to hum with nostalgia and anticipation. As the last chord faded, Dylan stood, brushing snow from his shoulders. His voice was calm, but there was a glimmer in his eyes that no one could miss. "We've shared so much with you through our work, but tonight we want to share something from our hearts," he began. He reached for Bailu's hand. She stood slowly, her other hand resting lightly, almost protectively, on her stomach. A few guests gasped quietly, realizing what was about to be said. Dylan's smile deepened as he looked at her before turning back to the small crowd. "Next spring," he said softly, "we'll be welcoming a new life into our world." The reaction was instant. Applause, laughter, and a few happy tears from those lucky enough to witness the moment. Bailu's own eyes shimmered, though she laughed shyly as Dylan pulled her close, pressing a gentle kiss to her forehead. Scene 3, The Firelight Confession. After the announcement, the atmosphere shifted into something even warmer, more intimate. Guests toasted with hot chocolate and champagne while Dylan kept his arm around Bailu as if shielding her from the cold, or maybe from the world itself. In one corner, a guest quietly recorded a short clip of the couple talking to a small group. Bailu's voice, delicate yet steady, carried across the snowy air. "We wanted this to be a memory, not just for us but for the place where it happened. It feels like our hearts belong here now," Dylan added. "We didn't plan to say anything tonight, but watching the snow fall, I realized that this was the perfect moment. This is where our story grows." The clip, though only 18 seconds long, exploded online within hours. Fans across the globe flooded social media with congratulatory messages, art, and emotional tributes. Scene 4, Morning in the Alps. The morning after the announcement, paparazzi finally caught their golden shot. Dylan and Bailu standing on the balcony of their chalet, wrapped in matching ivory robes, holding steaming mugs. Snowflakes drifted lazily in the air as Dylan leaned down to whisper something in her ear, making her laugh so hard she had to set her cup down. For the first time, Bailu's hand rested openly and naturally on her stomach, without any attempt to hide it. Dylan, noticing the cameras, didn't move away or turn around. Instead, he wrapped his arms around her from behind, his chin resting on her shoulder, and looked straight into the lens. A silent but undeniable confirmation. That single photo became the most shared image in Asia within 6 hours. Scene 5. Switzerland reacts. The town of Zermatt quickly embraced the couple's special moment. A bakery displayed a new pastry named the Snowflake Kiss, inspired by Dylan and Bailu's balcony picture. A ski rental shop decorated its window with a congratulatory banner reading, "From the Alps with Love. Congratulations Dylan and Bailu." Even the mayor of Zermatt posted a message on social media. "Our beautiful town has been home to many love stories, but yours will forever remain one of our favorites." Scene 6. Fans lose their minds. The online reaction was overwhelming. Hashtags like #BabySnowflake, #Dylan and Bailu, and #SwissLoveStory dominated global trending lists. Fan-made edits mixed clips of the announcement with scenes from their dramas, making it nearly impossible to tell where fiction ended and reality began. Some fans even began planning trips to Switzerland, hoping to walk the streets where Dylan and Bailu announced their baby. Travel agencies reported a sudden spike in interest for Zermatt vacation packages. Scene 7, The Private Walk. That evening, away from the buzz, Dylan and Bailu took a quiet walk along the edge of the village. The snow was untouched, glowing faintly under the lamplight. They didn't talk much, just the soft crunch of boots on snow and the occasional sound of Dylan humming under his breath. Halfway through, he stopped and turned to face her. Without a word, he knelt, resting both hands gently on her stomach. She looked down at him, her breath catching in the icy air. "I promise," he whispered. "I'll protect both of you, always." Bailu's eyes glistened as she cupped his face in her hands. The only witnesses to the moment were the stars and the silent mountains. Scene 8. A love story for the ages. By the time they left Switzerland, the couple had not only shared their joy with the world, they had immortalized a moment that will be remembered as one of the most romantic celebrity revelations of the decade. The snow in Switzerland was already beautiful that winter, but nothing could match the moment Dylan Wang and Bai Lu stood together under the soft glow of chalet lights, hands intertwined, and shared the news that set the entire Asian entertainment industry ablaze. Bai Lu is expecting their first child. What began as a quiet getaway after their best couple of the year win turned into a once-in-a-lifetime moment, blending romance, cinematic scenery, and raw human emotion. Let's walk through the breathtaking scenes that unfolded, each more mind-blowing than the last. Scene 1. The mountains were whispering. The couple had been in Zermatt for 3 days when the air around them seemed to change. They'd been spotted on the slopes, Dylan in a deep navy ski suit, Bai Lu in cream white, their contrasting colors making them look like the cover of a winter romance novel. Locals described how they would stop mid-ski to simply take in the view together, Dylan's hand resting protectively on Bai Lu's back. She'd laugh at his clumsy falls, and he'd exaggerate them just to hear her laugh again. But what no one realized was that those playful pauses weren't just about the scenery. They were moments where Dylan checked in with her, asking softly if she was feeling okay, if the cold was too much, if she needed to rest. Later, Bai Lu would reveal that she'd been holding the secret in for weeks, waiting for the perfect moment to share it with the man beside her. Scene 2. The dinner before everything changed. On the 4th night, Dylan booked a private dining terrace at a high-altitude restaurant only reachable by cable car. Snowflakes fell lazily around them as they sat under a heated glass dome, candles flickering between them. The chef brought in a slow procession of dishes: fondue, roasted venison, handmade chocolate truffles. But Bai Lu barely touched her food. She kept fiddling with the edge of her scarf, eyes darting toward Dylan as if rehearsing something in her mind. Dylan noticed. "Lu," he said, leaning forward. "What's on your mind? You've barely laughed at my jokes tonight. That's dangerous. My ego is collapsing." She giggled, her hand reaching for his